it all passed over. So we made it.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I had 7 sisters and 2 brothers. And until they got grown, we all lived in this one house, that we didn't have no choice.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
I really wanted to be a nurse, but I didn't make it because I didn't have a. We lived in we moved around quite a bit, and we were just poor, we moved from place to place, and I just never got a chance to go to school. A lot of us, Mama had to work all the time, Daddy work, and sisters, we had like cotton field, we had a garden, that's why we got us food and stuff, and I was young, but I had to pick cotton and chop cotton. My whole family did. That's why we made a living picking cotton and stuff like that. You have to, you know how to pick cotton. You have to have a sack on your shoulder, and you had to chop it, keep the weeds and stuff out of it, and then later on, about 2 or 3 months later, it became cotton, and we had to pick cotton. We had to put a sack off our shoulder and pull the sack along as we pick cotton. We had to take a chop cotton, and we had to do that and keep the weeds and the grass out the cotton until it was ready to bloom and make cotton. And when it was made and it turned white, we had to go out there and pick the cotton off the stem, and put them into your bag. And I tell you, sometimes it'd be like 80 or 100 pounds you'd be pulling. But that's where you had to do it. And then when the truck or whatever we had got full, Dad would take it to somewhere and have it, made into cotton and made into, what cotton is, don't you? I would say we had to chop it first till it got time for it turned white to bloom and stuff. And then, like I said, we had to pick it. So that's how we made our living. So we had stuff to do. Like I say, we were poor. We all made it. He had a farm, so we had to pick and chop cotton and the vegetables and different stuff. So we didn't have a choice. We had to do it if we wanted to survive. And we didn't have no water inside. It was a pump. It was outside. And when sometimes it was freeze, we had to try to wait or unthaw it till the pump was frozen. And then you go out there and get your water. But it wasn't nothing like it is now. But we survived. No water in nobody's house. That's where you got your water. You want to take a bath, you have to go out there and pump your water and heat the water. If you want, and we didn't have no bath tub. We just had one of these big round tubs. And that's what we put our water in and took our bath. We wanted to wash our face, we had to go out there and we had some called a face pan, a pan to wash your face in. And wash up. But it was nothing like this, so it was rough back then. And when you went to school, you had so far to walk. And even miles we had to walk. So many times I came home, I'd be aching, I'd be so cold. But we went, we had to go. So everything we got back then, we had to work for it. We didn't have a choice. Back in those days, we couldn't we had to be we had little shacks like school. We didn't have no school. And all the nice school, the white folks had. We didn't have, teachers and stuff like that. We might have had 1 or 2 teachers in school. Like I said, we weren't allowed to go to white school. We had to have our own shack school. And we had a long ways to walk. And sometimes it was kind of scary, you to walk so far by yourself. But back in those days, people really didn't bother you. You could walk at night, and people just didn't do all the things. And it wasn't, people used to love each other more and care for one another. But you know how it is now, people just don't care. They'd rather talk about you. It's different. It's just no love like it used to be.
Do you have any children?
I have 3. They all grown up, and I have 3 grandchildren.
What were your children like when they were growing up?
They all was very good kids. And the Fred over here in Florissant, he was they was going to we lived over there at Cross Key. He was going to the store one day, and these 3 little white boys, they spit on 3 girls. And so one was Florissant and one was County. So work, and they said the police beating up on your daughter. I dropped everything and said I'm leaving. And the people say, "You coming back?" I said, "I don't know if I'm not in jail." So when I got there to the police station, I asked them why were they pushing up on my daughter. So she wouldn't give us her name or address, anything. I say she wasn't supposed to say one word because you didn't have no right to bring her over here. And I said, "But I promise you're going to be sorry." And so he told the captain, "She's threatening you." I said, "No, I'm not threatening you. That's what I have a lawyer for." So a few months later, we went to court. And my lawyer told me we didn't want out with the child court. We wanted to as a real jury. And with that, we walked out. And we went to court, and there was no charge because she hadn't done nothing. And so, but anyway, after that, they still watched my house for a while. But I didn't back down because they see I was going to fight no matter what. When it got to my children, I was going to fight them if I got killed. They watched my house for a while. But I didn't back down. These shouldn't have to go through all that either because we had a right to live where we live, and they wasn't bothering anybody. But there's still, I hate to say it, there's still a lot of prejudice going on. So that's why I say, be careful. Don't do nothing to make the police stop. The police beat my brother up so bad. He never really the same. For nothing. Do what you're supposed to do. Stop at stop sign. Do all of that. Don't do nothing give the police a reason to stop you because they want, I hate to say this, but it's true. They want to have a right to stop the black kids anyway. We still got a long way to go. Somebody want to act a fool. If they want to go, let them go. You don't have to say nothing to people every time they say something. Sometimes you just have to ignore people. Because anybody like they ready to kill you anytime. You get into an argument, they ready to, they ready to kill you. They don't mind killing each other. Just like it's just something to do. I hate to say this, but this is just reality. You're just going to have to be more careful. Don't give them a reason to stop you, whatever you're doing. They say stop, you stop. And just hope they don't hurt you. I know that's bad to say, but it is what it is. We still got a long way to go. So, but that's the way it is. When Dr. Martin Luther King up, he fought, but he did it peaceful. He didn't believe in fighting. No. If they hit you, and that's hard to do. Somebody stand up and hit you. So it's still rough. So you do what you're supposed to do. Sometimes people think you're coward. But just ignore that. You know in your heart that you are not afraid. You just doing it to keep the peace or get yourself in trouble. Well, sometimes you can be right. But sometimes you just have to. Don't say nothing. Just walk away. Anybody, I can stand up and fight you all day long, but it takes a strong person to just walk away from a situation. But that's what grandmother have learned to do all through the years. People say that I'm too easy, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I have to tell, even at this, like I have to let these people know they think I'm some quiet and stuff. I tell them, I say, don't take a brain and act a fool. I just say what I got to say, and then they be shocked. I didn't know you talked that much, but I can defend myself in a very nasty way. And I learned that the hard way, because people used to talk about me and just say anything. But baby, when I got nasty, I could cut you down just like that. I know it would be wrong, but I just wasn't gonna take them. Let them know I can speak too, and I know things to say. Something I can say some really mean things. Since Trump been in, you see the races is coming out so much more, and I know you all see that, and that's not good. And they, they would love to put us back, but they know black folks are not gonna take that anymore. We got a lot of smart black folks these days, and they got more money than they used to have, and so they can fight by law. I didn't go to college. I didn't even finish high school. I had to, I had to quit school and work, and you do what you have to do, and but so I know that's in the past. There's nothing I can do about it. So I did all right. You make the best of whatever situation you are. You just have to make the best of it.
When you were in high school, what was your favorite thing about high school?
I guess I didn't go all the way through high school. I used to like what did I like? I used to like history, and I used to like reading a lot. I used to read a lot. Math, I like that. And like this, see, you didn't have to take a lot of stuff. You went into, like, we had school, but we just had one little tiny school. And we all was, in that school. And you like that first grade, everybody's tiny. But see, back then, you couldn't go to a white school with just a little, they do country people, and anybody. We can go to the white school. So it was many, many years before we could really go to a school, They just didn't do it. So what little education you got, you had to get the best way you could. And we had a long ways to walk to school. So we did it. We didn't have a lot. And like I said, a lot of times Mama made our clothes.
So what hobbies were popular?
Well, it wasn't really a lot of stuff. When I come, it wasn't really a lot to do with TV and radio and stuff like that. And like y'all have everything now. It wasn't these games here, games like it is now. You got outside, you was the fun. You got out there and you played.
So you didn't really have TV back then, but like.
Oh, no radio. Most of the time, didn't have no radio either. We didn't have no music. We did, like I say. You just did whatever did to make you happy. We was happy playing different stuff like that. Hopscotch and just little simple game that we could make up because we didn't have nothing. We didn't have no games and stuff like that. And like I say, we were very poor. We didn't have bathrooms and stuff like that. We didn't have water in the house, another bathtub, cooking stove. We had a cooking stove, but we had to cook with wood. So it was different, but we made it. And Mama had 9 children, So Mama was sick. Mama was sick a lot. So she was, and she had it rough, She's trying to work and taking care of these kids. And like I said, I started like babysitting, I guess, staying with some of my sisters, because we had to do it, We lived out in the country, and houses was very, very far apart, But back in those days, really, there wasn't too much crime and stuff like that. And people loved each other, they tried to help each other. But nowadays, it's just not that way. Just like But stop, because the police is watching you. Don't give them a reason to stop you. And they want to stop you anyway, but don't give them that reason that you didn't stop. Fussing at them all the time. And driving with no hands and stuff. They don't like to ride with me too, but I'll be hollering at them. I guess that people don't realize. You can hardly keep from having an accident if you watch. You can't talk on the telephone. don't care who you got to your ear or anything. When you talk to somebody, you still look away or do this. If they say something, you'll do this. I know I watch all of y'all. And my kids, like I said, my kids don't really like to ride with me because I stand by. I say, you know I don't play that. You want to hurt yourself, put me out. Other fools out there. And when somebody say something to you the way you drive, just ignore them if you can, because they don't mind shooting you. I was looking at the news last night. This woman had an 8-year-old son with her. And I guess they got into a conflict. Pull out my gun. Now folks think it's just something to do. I kill him if I can't do nothing else. And don't realize if you don't kill him, you're still in trouble. You're going to have to go to jail. Mm-hmm. So I don't do it. You can ignore a person. Like I said, don't take a brain to be a fool. But everybody is ready to fight. And everybody's got a gun now. Now, she had no business with that gun, going to pull out a gun on her 8-year-old son and sit next to her. It wasn't necessary. So it's just sad. 30 days gone today. I don't believe you can go when the time comes when you can't go around it. You just take responsibility for ourselves. Because we supposed to have good sense, I guess. I don't know what it is, crazy. When you drive and everybody wants to drive right on your tail. Rolling. I want to start back to drive. I know I can drive, but I'm going to start driving. I'm just going up here to this little shop and say, drive too crazy. So, the kids don't want me to drive.
I hear you're naming a lot of negative things about a generation, like the bad driving.
Wait a minute, no, I don't mean all of you, but,
I know that. I'm saying, I was going to ask, how do you think, what do you think about how the world has changed over the years?
Oh, it has changed so much, There's a lot of nice kids, and I just don't think the public, it is in the churches, I don't think they're doing enough to help our young people. I think they could reach out, get programs and stuff like that for them to do. Have ball games and stuff like that. And give all the young folks something to do. A lot of them don't have nothing to do because a lot of parents have to work in the evening time and they have to leave these kids to take care of themselves. And see, kids shouldn't be left it. And now there's so much drug and stuff. They're trying to they call them dumb or nerd or whatever. If you don't do that. But I mean, you know it's wrong. Just don't do it. And then encourage your friends and man, that's not cool or whatever y'all would say. And try to, if you see somebody doing wrong, one of your friends say, man, I wouldn't go that way or something like that. And you just say, think of what it'll do to your mother or somebody if you go to jail. But see, they don't think that way. They just, I ain't gonna be, what do y'all call it now? If you, a nerd or whatever y'all call it. But see, it's okay to be that, if you're doing the right thing, you're doing right. You're not only helping yourself. Think how your mom or your family feel if you go to jail. Because I would be devastated if one of my kids was in jail. That would be the hardest thing in my life. See, a lot of these kids do it because they see other kids do it and they think it's cool. They get away with it. I can too. But you don't know, you think some people get away with a lot of stuff and some get caught the first time. Mm-hmm. But everything's going all right. Just I always warn him when I talk. I still say, wait till you get in trouble, no matter what happens. And so, thank God, and so many young folks is on drugs. Like I say, life is a struggle every day. It's hard. It's gonna get harder. Some people have it easier, and some don't. But just don't do things gonna get you in trouble. Cause God knows I don't like to see nobody in jail. And and sometimes, like I say, now they'll convict you before they will anybody else. Cause I just saw nothing. 20 years, you can't get it back. So there's a lot of people in jail, and if you don't have the money sometimes to fight, you poor, you can't fight because you ain't gonna get no lawyer. And see, I know, like I said, I'll fight you for the last till I die. You mess with my children, don't do that. So it's a real strife out there. But you remember, you don't have to. I tell people, You don't have to do it no matter what the circumstance. If you look around, there's always somebody that will help you out some. And I see there are so many homeless folks, and so many people got so much money they will never spend. And it shouldn't be that way. Like, see, they kept on picking on Reverend Rice until they got him out, you know. And all he was doing, trying to help somebody. And it's just no reason for there are so many homeless people. That was my dream. That's what I want to do. I want to help people. That was my dream. But I never had any money. But I did what I could, you know. And I think I've helped a lot of people, you know, because I love people, you know. And it's just easy to love it is to hate that. Sometimes it's hard, you know. Like I say, no matter what you got, you need somebody sometimes to talk to or be there for you. So like I got to where it go. And if I can do anything for anybody, I'm still going to do it. People your friend, and they're not your friend. That's the only thing that worries me about you. That's my friend. I said, you know, you can't take everybody's not your friend. You think your friend. Because I have seen it too much. You pretend they was my friend.
You answered one of the questions that was what your friends were like. So I guess that leads me to my next question. Since you're talking about how like you've been through a lot in life. How was it for? Because I know back then, like women, they really weren't as equal as men were. So how did you like take up the role of getting a job and then being able to provide for your family? Like how did society treat you and be able to do
I had to, sometimes we used to have to work for $5 all day long. I worked for that. That's what like I started out with. We just had to accept what we could get and make the most of it. You know, that's what we had to do. There's nothing we can do about it. Sure, we was underpaid. Can you imagine working all day from 8 to 5 for $5 a day? But I had to do it. You know, I had a family, and sometimes. Most of my life I worked 2 jobs most of my time. But I made it.
You said $5 a day?
$5 a day.
So so is that like a lot more than it's working now?
No, it was more. Most of the time I would be, it was a setter cleaning somebody's house. And sure, we was more than, but that's what they paid us, and we didn't have no choice but to accept it. If you work the whole week, sometimes you got $25 a week. And you stayed on the place sometimes. They just wasn't paying us nothing now. But things are much better. And like I told you, it was rough coming up. That's when like I had a lot of complaining now, but you don't know how good you got it. You can spoon, And back, I know when I was young, I remember Dad and Mama, you had to say yes ma'am and no ma'am to white folks. And then you sure did. Yep, you had to do all that stuff. Until Dr. Martin Luther King come around, then things really began to open up, when he came up. Now he didn't want, he really did a lot. Also, he didn't believe in a lot of this, all this shooting, fighting him back. If he would tell somebody hit him, they wouldn't say enough, push him around. But he did a lot. Several people, got killed and stuff. And they fought a good battle, although they knew they was going to get beat up. And they weren't supposed to fight back. And can you think of somebody beating and pushing on you, you can't fight them back? And call Mr. Couldn't call by the first name. Mr. Mrs., that's what we had to do. So we came a long way, but we still got a long ways to go. Still, but I know the your generation, things will get better, because you can see since Trump came in, how prejudiced these folks, how to go back. I mean, I know y'all see that, and so he would like to bring us all the way back. So we have came a long ways.
So you touched on civil rights, and that leads me to the next question I was going to ask. When you were alive during the glory days of civil rights, so like, What was it like to see all that? Like, what was it like to witness
coming
it?
out. Well, you know, they were just a way of life, and that thing began to change. It's, yeah, we came a long, long way. But see, they know now black folks are not going to take it, you know. They know that without that, because we got too many out there, you know, people out there fighting for, you know, our civil rights. So it came a long ways, you know. And they know we're not going back. Because even at my age, I wouldn't take it no more, you know, all this stuff. You know, I don't believe in violence, but I sure wouldn't take, you know, I ain't gonna step down, no matter what the consequence will. So, sometimes, you know, the Lord, you know, there are still some good peoples out there. Cause like I told A, you know, D would have had a record today if I hadn't, you know, gotten her in that trouble. Fighting for my children and my rights. I just believe in right, but don't treat me any kind of way, you know. I was standing up for myself. I don't care who it is. I'm not saying that you don't have to take everything, but you're going to do it, just do it the right way. But yeah, and you know, by you going out, somebody do something, you're going to go out there sneak and kill them, something like that. Don't do that. If you can keep the peace, do it. If you can walk away from a situation, walk. Because it's so easy to get in trouble, but Lord, it's so hard to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have money to get you a good lawyer, that's when you get in serious trouble. That's the only way you can get the best. But I still say if you're going to do anything, got money, try to get the best.
What were your fondest memories that you have?
Where were you from? Let me see. My fond memory, where my best, I never forget, because, you know, I guess I've always been quiet and stuff like that. We were going to this little school, and with something we used to call drilling, you know, in school. And we had went to a contest that nobody wanted me to be the lead lady. But somehow I had a good teacher and she liked me. So I went, and we were playing ball, and we were losing. And I hit this ball, and I brought two people's head, and everybody was so excited. And I remember I wasn't over, I guess about 12, and I never forget how proud I was of myself, because I got to win and run. Because people always looked at me quiet and shy, you know. I can do nothing, you know, but that was one of my greatest memories. So sometimes it's the little thing. You can be surprised how much a child remember, you know, in life way back. Because I can remember my childhood pretty good. You know, I really can. You know, I had some good time and I had a lot of bad time. I'm not going to deny that. That was time I was hungry, you know, but God
Since
brought it.
like you've been through a lot of obstacles, like what kept you up? Like what was your motivation to keep going?
Because first, my mom was sick all her life. And after Dad died, Dad got hit by a car. He died. And by that time, we used to live in West Memphis. My sister and a friend and I, we came up here. I think I was about 16 when I came here. That's when I left home. And Daddy gone, so I had to help out the family, you know. So like I said, I started work, left home when I was 16. And then, like I said, my mom, and later on we brought Mom up here, so Mom stayed with me, so I just had a reason I had to do what I had to do. That's why I say in life you do what you, no matter how hard I say, you do what you have to do.
Yeah, because I was thinking about like because I'm an older brother myself, so being an older sibling to those three, you feel like you have a responsibility to.
Yeah, because you love somebody.
How did you feel when
you
had your children and you were able to pass on that knowledge that you learned? How did you feel?
I feel wonderful. My children, they were good children, you know, they was good. And like I say, but I got some nice children, you know, they help me, and so they're good to me. So that's And we have close relationships. I try to get them to let them know no matter what is good or bad, you can come to me and talk to me about it. Sometimes I didn't want to hear it, but I had to listen. So yeah, you know, if your children do anything, no matter what it is, it may look much worse to them because they feel they can't talk to the parent. And I think that's a good thing to get your children to talk to you about what's going on. You give them the best. You are there for them no matter what goes on. You have to be. Don't say, you know, I don't want to hear this. You know, you feel like saying it, but you can't say that. And so, you know, so far they do that now. They don't do it because they think they're gonna worry me, but they don't know. A mother knows when something's wrong with their children. No matter what y'all say, deep down your mother knows. So, but it's good to let them know that no matter what's going on in their life, whether good or bad, whether you want to hear it or not, talk to your parents and respect your parents. So, you know, I didn't put it with that lot of stuff. You know, you threatening, hitting me, crushing me. That just don't work. So, but we have a pretty good relationship here.
Thank you for all the wisdom. I learned a lot just from talking to you. It's like when you was talking about how kids these days they're so violent there, and how like they should just leave in peace and respect authority, because I know like a lot of kids our age now don't respect authority like you used to.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They really don't. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a friend like he doesn't even respect his mom like he should. Like, he talks back to his mom. He disrespects his mom right in front of me. I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to
No,
go.
it's not how you're supposed to respect your mom and your dad, you know. I know you say we're all the time perfect, but we do the best we can.
And so I plan on taking the wisdom you taught me, and I'm gonna pass it along because I learned a lot.
Well, I hope you say something to encourage you.
Good.
Oh, I don't know if I read it up right there. Yeah.
It just happened?
Yes, it really did. Just pretty much always been the same. I just, you know, and I just practically been the same, you know. I want to, you know, help people, you know. I guess I really have been that way just about all my life. I always have tried to help people and do stuff like that at a very young age. I think it was rewarding because, you know, you try, if you can help somebody, you know, that's what life is all about. Because can't nobody make it by themselves. And if you can help somebody, to me, that's very rewarding. Do something for somebody that's good. And I ain't gonna say I ain't done no wrong, because like I said, I have. But I think I did more good than wrong. I have tried to help people all my life.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I've been through a lot, and like I said, people have treated me wrong so many times, but that didn't still stop me from trying to do what I could to help somebody, whatever I could, you know, whether what they had or what not, you know, I would try to help them. Try to take one day at a time and help, if I can, help somebody. That's it. Like I said, right now, I kind of like want to just focus on my family, you know, helping them. I guess you're learning how to do things different. Something you do, you did different. If you know what you had known better, but as you grow and you learn things, I think each and every day you learn about life and what goes on in life, and you see a lot more. You know it shouldn't be, but that's the way it is. Then you have to make a decision what you want to try to do about it. You could be negative or whatever you want to use. You know, maybe something I can say to help this situation. Then you see how they react to it, then I just leave it alone. You do stuff for people, you don't look for no reward, because you're just not going to get it time. Then And after you get on their feet, you might be the worst people in the world. That's the chance. You do it because they need it. You don't think, you don't look for no reward. You just do it because they need it. And I just, no matter what happens, I try to look at the positive and, go on, because, people's out, you can't change people. You have to change, you have to want to change in order to change. But you see something's wrong, you can't do nothing about it. The only thing you can do is pray over it. There are lots of things in life, there's nothing you can do about it. But you just have to keep on going. Now, back in those days, kids, I think they grew up a little, because kids not alike, we didn't have a lot to do. And our parents were a little more strict on us than they are now. And like I said, somebody say something to your kid, you wouldn't ready to fight and stuff like that. They could tell you something about your kid. But most of the time you tell people about their kids, they're ready to talk about you. You think you this and you think you that. But that's just the way it is. Yeah, I was, for my kids to do better than I did. I think every mother wants that. It's the only thing, we couldn't go to the front, of a restaurant. We had to go to the back, and we had to sit in the back of the bus. And we had to say yes ma'am and no ma'am and stuff like that. Back door, you had to go in and get your food if you wanted to order some food. You couldn't go in the restaurant and eat with them. You had to get it in to go. Those days, we knew from the beginning. We knew we had to, go to the back door. We knew we had to go to a different school. We couldn't go to school with the white soldiers. We didn't live close to a white kid, right?
Right.
But you live in the country, your house is so far apart.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was unfair, but with nothing I could do about it, so did nobody talk about it back then.
Wow.
So I mean, everybody else knowing. I got 3 white friends. I know they would help me out if I got in serious trouble. Because we still talk, They got a problem, they'll call and talk to me about it, Maybe there's nothing I can do, but we can talk about it. I can encourage them to do, whatever going on in their life. So, so I think that's nice to know.
Lucky that you didn't have
Sometimes, huh?
No choice.
No, we didn't have a choice, baby. We had to. Because we didn't have them games and stuff like that. When we played, we just made up games and stuff like that. And that's what we did.
So
I know God is not going to put any more in us than we can take. I'm a living witness there. Because I've been through something